So I think this is working at all angles here. And so for now, this is the basic head that I'm satisfied. And I'm going to go ahead with this project. I can stay here hours and hours. Right. So let me quickly here just dig a little bit here because it's too much volume, and return to the eyelids that I lost a little bit. In this video, I'd like to block the body of the black rhino here. So to complete my goal, I'm going to use a new layer here. And after that, I'm going to add a sphere. And from the sphere, I'm going to make all the process use the clay brushes. More specific about my custom clay brushes. So let's begin. First, as I said, I'm going to create a new layer on the sculpt tree. And now I can, for example, select here the Rygaard clay dream. And I'm going to select here, select the primitives. And by the way, I'm using a lot of shortcuts. And I'm going to add this sphere here. And as I said, just to push the geometry, right? So I'm going to apply this. And I will select again Rygaard clay dream. And now I'm going to begin the process to sculpting, but I need here to go to the move tool because I have to address here more or less the sphere. I think it's good enough. And now I can select the Rygaard clay dream and make the blocking stage here, right? I'm just adding clay. And as I said, this is a block. I'm treating this like if I'm building a base mesh, right? So, but I really want to demonstrate here the power of these brushes. And from the sphere I can make all this. I'm going to activate the remove stretching. So now I can sculpting without the problems of the stretching polygons here. So it's so the process here is putting clay and sculpting as I go. I'm not worrying about anything here. Just and at the same time I can change the move brush and see more or less here the our angles here. What can do to improve this silhouette of this rhino, and instead to moving and make the body, I'm going to return to the Rygaard clay dream, and I'm going to use a lot of shortcut, as I said. So I'm going to grow this. And put a lot of clay here. Again, I'm going to push this geometry more or less here. Yeah, that's going to be good here. So let's return and pushing my more geometry. So at some moment here, I'm going to remesh this. Geometry here because it's already begin to grow the resolution of the mesh quickly because of the remove stretching. I'm already with 1 million of polygons here, and going to change the move brush. Just make some movements here. Yeah. And grow almost there. Now I'm going to make some things here. I'm going to blocking and more or less the pelvic area here. It's not to be perfect or that appears like a pelvic. It's just to make some representation here, nothing else. And one more time, I have to check here at side view. And make some movements here. Now I'm going to remesh this geometry, press enter key, and here I'm going to choose here about 250,000 triangles. Yeah, now I have a low resolution mesh which I can work with. It's return to the clay dream, Rygaard clay dream, and try to make here. As you can see, it's easier, and I have more response here. This process is very funny because it looks like I'm working in real clay. You know that I can make some sculpting here, and I think I have to, of course, make some how can I say this? I have to make some annotations here at the side view, right? So more or less here I have this area here. It will be this scapula more or less here. And of course I have to grow the the legs, the front legs here, but that I have to make the thoracic and the ribs here, right? So I think it's this pelvic here must be here. Okay. There's a lot to do here, is too much. Yeah. So now that I'm going to select here my Rygaard slash, and I'll make here just some cuts here. Right. And here I would like to make here just representation, right? Here too. I'm going to again try to select the Rygaard clay dream, and more or less I'm just blocking, right? Make this wider because as I grow and push the geometries, this body was so thinner. Let me check here. I think, of course, I will have to put more clay. And that's okay. Here, just okay. Here, very need to put more mass here, more clay.